Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to this workshop, to day 3 of Get Paid to Change Lives Coaching Mastery Workshop. I'm really excited to be here with you today again for the very last time for this workshop and for this week. We've had incredible 2 days. We've covered a lot of things, and we have some more to cover today. We also are going to have another winner today. One of you who is here with us here live in this Zoom room and who will connect or is connected with us on WhatsApp will win a free personal um, business analysis and plan. So next week we will announce the winners, and then we will reach out to you with some questions so we can, based on that information, create that plan for you. And so if you're here live, make sure that we know that you're here live, that your name on Zoom fits the name that we have in our system that you've signed up with to this workshop, that we have your email address, and that you're connected with us on WhatsApp. So the team will drop a link to WhatsApp. If you're not yet connected with us, please message us there. And if you're watching this live on Facebook, you can come over here. We've shared the link to this Zoom room in the Facebook group. So you can, first of all, be here with us, ask questions in the chat, share, be more, a participating part of this, because we are streaming this live to the workshop, but we're not really there in the comments, and we only come back to that later. And also so you can be included in the drawing. So we have covered already quite a few things, and it's beautiful to see some of you coming here again from day 1 and day 2. And it's beautiful to see some familiar faces as well. Most of you are with your cameras off. I want to encourage you to open your cameras. Beautiful to see some of our certification program and business club members here. Hi, Hazel. Hello, Nafise. Hello, Nike. Beautiful to have you all here. And of course, the team, thank you so much for being here. And so today we're going to talk about the business foundations. And whether you don't yet have a business, or you have a business and you want to take it to the next level, these are really, really important things that you want to have in place in order for that expansion to be seamless and effective and aligned, so your service and your passion can come into the world, and so you can circulate that energy through the value that you share and through the money that you earn for that value, and the impact that you can create all around you. You know that in Hebrew, the word abundance and the word impact or influence come from the same 3-letter root. So in order for us to be abundance, we have to share value, and that's the law of prosperity. And of course, when we are abundant, we can share more out of that abundance. So that's the circulation of energy. And it's so important to understand these laws of the universe and to practice the embodiment of them. And as I always say, freedom, and you can replace that word freedom with whatever freedom may look for you: prosperity, abundance, um, emotional freedom, whatever it is, you can create. You are free to create whatever it is that you want. And that freedom is a skill that you can practice and master. And so it is about understanding and developing faith based on that understanding through practice that leads to mastery. So we've covered a lot of these things today, and this week already. And before we go into the business foundations, I actually want to share with you another story that is really, really inspiring. I'm going to share with you a bit of my story as well today, later on, to illustrate some of a piece of what we're going to cover today when it comes to closing the vibrational gap. But before I go there, I actually want to invite a guest that we have here today. And I also know that very soon one of her 4 little ones will probably call her, and they're probably waiting for dinner or something. So I don't want to keep you too long here, Nike. So let me invite you straight away to join me here on the screen. so everybody can get a chance to see you and connect with you and be influenced by you, because you indeed have a lot of value, have a lot of value to share, and already abundance to influence through your being and through your work and your dedication and the results that you're already creating. And I think that your story is so inspiring, because I'm sure that many can resonate with where you were when we first connected, and see themselves in that, and really want to be where you are now. And life can seem so um, limiting or chaotic or difficult, or um, and yet you can create what you want. And yes, it takes the dedication, and it takes the work, and it takes the practice. But as we already said in this workshop, when you have a strong desire and when you make a decision, the steps are there, the support is there, there is a path. And once you make that decision, and you prioritize your desire, then you can walk that path and it leads to where you want. So, why don't you introduce yourself, my dear?
Well, thank you for having me. My name is Nika. I joined Rise in February last year, and I have four children, four boys in the age of 8 to 3. And yeah, when I had my first call with Shimmerit, I came from depression and being sick all the time, holding a lot of tension in my body. I still do, by the way, but it's so much less, and the whole program has absolutely changed my life.
That's amazing. That's so fulfilling to hear that again and again. How did it change your life?
Well, I feel so much calmer. I trust myself again. I have a better connection with myself, with my partner, with my kids. I have confidence that I've never had before, and it's just life feels so much lighter. It was so heavy for a long while.
Yeah. And this alone is really priceless and worth everything, to be happy, to have good connections with your loved ones, to feel good in yourself, to love life. And then I remember so clearly that in our very first call, you shared that even though you were still in this place of, as you say, depression and stress and lack of confidence that you then developed, still you still knew that while this is the experience, you have something to give. And you already knew that what is calling you is to find a way to overcome all this and to break through all this and to find yourself, and then help others do the same,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Can
sorry.
you
I'm not
hear me?
sure.
Because you're frozen on my side. I want to make sure you can all hear
Yes,
me.
so are you, but I can still hear you. I'm not sure if you can hear me. Nope. Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Could you hear me the whole time?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So were that good words that I were offering to where you were, in terms of, should I repeat what I was saying? Because Gio, you messaged me that I'm frozen. Could you
Yeah.
hear me?
Now you're back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. So yeah, what the point I really want to make here, and that's what I want to inspire everyone with, is that while you were feeling the limitation internally, externally, you still knew, and that's the desire. That's what we were talking about here yesterday and on Monday, that you can have doubts, you can have limitations, you can have an experience and evidence of an experience that contradicts what you want. But if you have a strong desire within all that and you make the decision, it doesn't matter. It has no bearing to what is your is possible. And that's what you had, right? Like while being depressed and stressed and all of that, you had the desire. You already knew that you are meant to help other people break through what you are about to break through. And that's
Yeah.
not what you're now doing.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. I always had work as or in like service, but mainly administration and reception and stuff like that. But I just knew there was more, and I always wanted to do it, but I was too afraid. And now I finally made that step, and I became a coach since October.
Yes, you became a coach. So you started with Rise and then you joined our certification program. And since October, you're a coach. You have paying clients.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that transition into into a leader for someone else, a guide for someone else, a business owner.
Well, I think the main thing is that if I can do it, then other people can do it too. And there's nothing more like fulfilling and beautiful to see somebody else making that same shift. It's really great. I understand 100% why you do this work.
Yes, it's the best work that you can do. So,
Yeah.
what can you tell everyone about that? Like, what has helped you, first of all, internally to create that shift in yourself, to have the confidence? Like, what were the tools? What were the processes? What were the elements that were significant in this process of your own transformation first?
Yeah. So for me, the auto suggestion was really good. Like listening to myself in the beginning, it's super awkward and weird, but like it's still, I do it still, and it really helps me out.
Yeah.
Plus, I really needed to slow down just in general.
Hmm.
I need to take a breath and just enjoy the little things too. I kept rushing, I kept doing what I had to do, but I wasn't enjoying it.
Yeah. And what were the tools that helped you change that pattern of rushing, of not prioritizing your own joy, the little things, your time and space, other than so you mentioned auto suggestion, which is
Mhm.
one of the pillars of the practice, right? Is there anything else that maybe you can touch on?
Yeah, it's just consciousness in general, like
Mm.
listening to your own thoughts and then, noticing when those thoughts are negative, changing them into something that you do enjoy. So instead of constantly criticizing myself, I'm now my own cheerleader. So
Yeah,
those are just huge shifts for me.
yeah. And what do you feel that you now have in your toolkit as a result of your work inside the certification program and the HIM program that you have to now help other people do that?
Well, obviously, the HIM program, I really feel like that is a condensed version of RISE.
Yeah, that's what it
It's,
is.
yeah, and I can always go back to that. So I use it for my clients, but I can still use it for myself as well. So when I'm stuck, yeah, I have the tools. I can't really specify which tools exactly right now, but
Yeah, no, that's okay. That's also won't mean anything to anyone who's not there if you now say module 3 or module 7. But in terms of how do you feel um, when you are equipped with those tools, I guess. So like what do you feel you have in your hands that empowers you and serves you in empowering and serving others as well?
um I I don't know. Sorry. I can't really give specific things. I can tell you like the difference in the way I'm feeling,
Mhm.
which is more clearer and confident and calmer, but I already mentioned that. Yeah.
I guess because I'm thinking in the mind of someone who listens to
Hmm.
us and who's not yet doing this work.
Hmm.
And most people already know that they should change the way they think,
Hmm.
right? Um, because most people that come into this space have been in this space or a similar one. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
I'm looking to empower. It's like Carmen was here yesterday, and Carmen from our team, and she shared how she's done so much work before, psychology, therapy, somatic work, and still there's something in this work that
Mhm.
is different. Um, and so when you say, changing my thoughts, being aware of my thoughts, this is all very true. What do you think is like making it click, like gives you the real authority of your thoughts beyond knowing that that's what you're supposed to do, to think positive, you know what I mean? Maybe I didn't prepare you with such precise questions.
No, no, not really. But
I'm sorry.
yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know what the difference is. But I have done everything that you just told you that Carmen did as well, and none of it actually stuck. Nothing stuck with me, and your program did.
Mm,
And why that is,
hmm.
I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
Might not
Thank
be
you.
the
And I'm
answer
sorry,
that
I'm
you
sorry
that you
I
wanted
put you
to.
on I'm sorry I put you on the spot. So let's talk a little bit about the business aspect. And this is also a really good preparation for what we're going to talk about today with everyone, which is the business foundation, because that's also something that you're using and you are attracting clients and you are showing up and you are building an audience and a business. And so
Mhm.
maybe you can share a little bit about what is possible when when you have that framework and that action plan and you implement it, just a little bit of that experience of starting from scratch and actually making it work.
Yeah, well, I think for me, it's a little bit slower. But
Hmm.
if you want to and you use all the steps and the fast track foundation and with the sales and marketing that you offer, it can go really fast. And yeah, I didn't have any connections or whatsoever, but I still have, or yet I still have paid clients. So it's going, but for me it's just a little bit slower.
Well, I have to say, this is a moment of coaching for Nike. Now I'm putting you on another spot. That's not slower, Nike. You have to stop saying that. You're doing incredible, okay?
Well,
Because
yeah.
if you say to yourself, this is slower, that's also a thought that you
Mhm.
want to direct, right? Like it's not slow. And truly, I'm not saying this just to, cheerlead you, and not just, and I don't only want to guide you to think the way you want things to be. I'm also really giving you real feedback, objective from the sidelines, watching you. You're not moving slow. You're moving beautifully and rapidly and consistently, and I want you to be very proud of yourself and celebrate yourself all the time. And even without considering for small children and all of those things, truly. Okay. And then of course there's the thought pattern that also, like, I want you to think I'm moving in the speed of light. I'm moving so fast. Everything I do is building up and compounding. I'm doing amazing. Everything I'm doing is working, and people are coming in, and my business is growing. Truly, and that's really true. Okay, really. Can you hear that? Can you receive it?
Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely. Thank you. It's nice to
Really?
hear though.
Yes, absolutely. And you can text me every time you need to hear it again. Okay, seriously.
Okay.
And one last question I want to ask you, because sometimes there, I mean, when we live with a partner, with a husband, wife, spouse, partner, whatever it is, then there are decisions that we feel that we want to make with them, right?
Mhm.
Especially when it comes to financial decisions, to invest in yourself, to leave a job, to start a new business, to take on education or coaching. And you have, of course, your partner, your husband, the father of your four beautiful children. And we had a first call, you and me, and
Mhm.
then we had another call with him again as well. And I remember that call. I loved it. I felt so connected with him, really. And it was also like, I remember that. He was like right out the gate, like questioning me, trying to dispute everything I said, really like putting on all the suspicions out there, which was really beautiful. And I felt like we made a really beautiful connection. And he supported you fully, and he keeps on doing that, even though it wasn't an easy decision financially and time-wise. I remember there were all kinds of elements there. Um, so maybe you can share a little bit about that experience of making that decision together. Again, to empower anyone who feels like the timing is not right, funds are limited. I don't know if my husband will or my wife will support me, because you've been in that spot. So this can
Mhm.
really help someone else who's having those kind of doubts when they want to take a leap of faith.
Yeah, definitely. It was it was the worst time ever to actually join this program. We were having a lawsuit because of the car, and we were in debt. We had to loan some money from my parents. Um, it was just, yeah, like I said, it couldn't have been worse. But after that call with you and my husband, he could feel that you were the real deal. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
And he has been supporting me, and he still is. And the fact that we're both um, not working for an employer. How do you say that?
Self-employed?
Yes. Okay, great. Self-employed. It was also quite a big risk,
Yes.
especially because, I have no idea how this is going to go. And yet he's still fully behind me. And that is just the best feeling ever.
Yeah. It is. And I felt his love and support from the very first moment. And I loved how he, challenged me. He
Yeah.
was very straightforward. And we're in Europe, right? And you guys are from the Netherlands. So I kind of expected a very polite young man. Not that he
Well, he's
isn't, but
American.
he was very straightforward, which was so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Which was so good. It's one of those calls that I remember. Like I remember all the calls that I've ever had, as you guys know, who's been around. But I remember this call with him specifically because I really felt I just loved you guys in that call so much. It was so beautiful to see you together and to support
Mhm.
you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, and send him my best wishes.
I will.
And thank you so much, Nika, for making time today in your busy evening to come and share your story, because it is such an inspiring example of what is possible, no matter at what point you are, what are the circumstances. The desire is a flame that, even if there is ice all around it, let's say, with the depression, the anxiety, and the loss, or it is there. And if you blow on it, and if you commit to it, and if you focus on finding a way to make it burn, and if you, of course,
Mhm.
take support and guidance and what to do, and you follow it, and you devote yourself just like you're doing, then first of all, how you feel and your life that you create from the inside out, and your relationships and your health and your mental health, these are really priceless. And then you get to also bring your vision into life and help other people and live a life that you really want. And I'm inspired every time when I talk to you, when I see one of your reels. Really, I just love it.
Well, thank you
And I
so
love,
much.
yes,
This was absolutely the best decision I've ever made. Yeah.
that fills my heart to hear, truly. Thank you so much, my dear, and I'm looking forward to seeing you very soon on our calls.
Sounds good. Have a
All
great
right.
evening.
Thank you. Thank you
All
so
right.
much for coming. Bye, dear.
Bye.
Okay. Well, I'm really, really touched by this conversation and by this story, and by Nike and who she is and what she does in the world. And before even all the amazing people that are going to be Nika's clients, just think about these four little boys that have now a mom who is confident, who is happy, who is energized. It doesn't mean that everything is perfect every day, but that's that's everything. Like I many times I say it when I talk to people, to clients, or to people that I connect with and that are looking for help. What I see is them, but also their children or their future children or the children in their community. But like I see our children, our children deserve to grow up with conscious, happy, grounded, empowered adults that know the truth and embody it and do their own work, and who don't succumb to the fear-based consciousness and thought and inertia that we live in. Like we want to change the world. We want to change anything in the world, anything that is happening in the world that you would like to see different, whatever it is, environmental, political, whatever it is, the change has to start with you. We are co-creating the world. We truly, truly do. And so not everything that is happening is, of course, up to you. But if you want to change something, you must change yourself. And it starts with ourselves, and then it goes to our children who will be here after us to continue living and creating and experiencing this world. And that just means the world to me. So again, thank you, Nika, for the work that you're doing. I see that you're still here with us. And thank you everyone for being here and investing your time and your attention and energy with us in this workshop. I don't take it lightly at all. You are investing your most precious assets with us, your attention and your time. So let's make very good use of them. Let's continue making very good use of them. And I'm sure that Nika's story has already served you with that. So I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go into the business foundation. So as you can see, Nika had, just like me, by the way, and I think I mentioned that when I started 6 years ago, I had zero business experience. All I ever did was to teach music and do music, but like for a living. I was a music teacher. I had private students. They always came to me from, word of mouth. When I started, it was literally posting notes with like the phone number that people will pull. Does that even exist still? I lived in a rural area, and I drove my car and I posted them in all the, grocery stores around. And that's how I started. I never used social media to promote myself. None of that. I was just a music teacher, earning 20 euros for 45 minutes or whatever it is. And I've created this world that we call Master Your Path, and I get to work with amazing people on my team, and we travel around the world to meet each other and to do work together. And I get to work with clients all over the world and with great, great mentors. And, this work that I do, I started because I really felt that fire to do this, and it grew into something that pays, a few good people their living, right? Their bills. This alone is also a fulfillment. Like me and my team, we are my vision and my dream and my leaps of faith that I have taken together, of course, with theirs. But we are creating something that's the abundance, that's the impact, that's the influence, that's the circulation of energy. And now Nika does it too. And Katrina, that you met yesterday, does it too. And a few others too. And this is what we are here to do. And so I really want to inspire you. You don't need to have anything ready. And I want to inspire that if you do have a business already, but you really want to take it to the next level, because I've been there as well, right? I've been there as well. I reached a certain point with my business. So when I started my business, and that's the story I wanted to share with you. So let me share it with you now, and then you'll see how it connects to the vibrational gap that we're going to talk about in a moment. When I started that at that time, I was very driven. I was very focused. My goal was 10K a month. That was my goal. I heard it a lot. First my goal was 3K, because that is more or less what I was earning as a music teacher. And I really wanted to transition fully into doing coaching. And so my first goal was to earn what I was earning as a music teacher so I could let that go. And so I've invested in that first program that I mentioned yesterday. That was no certification, no mindset. It was just how to start a coaching business online and reach 10K. I think it was even called 10K months or 10K or something. And it cost me 10K as well, which I needed to borrow. Anyway, I joined that and I felt that my mindset was clear, clear goal. I'm all in. I don't need all that. And I just need to be shown how to do it. And so I invested in that, and it was true for an extent. Within less than 2 months, I was at the 3K. I think it was 6 weeks. I was able to send the message. I already had that message on WhatsApp. Just I sent it to myself in my own WhatsApp group with myself. The message I would send to all the students that this month will be our last month. And within 6 weeks, I was able to send that message to everyone, which was a really cool moment. And then the 10K came about a month or two later. And I worked really hard. I invested in another program after that to learn how, like, more strategies and to grow the business. And then I hit a wall. I hit a wall and I burnt out. And I didn't listen at first to the signals of me needing to slow down and until I really needed to stop completely what I was doing. I had a team, I had to let them go, I had to stop everything that I was doing um, because I was operating on a subconscious program. We talked a lot about subconscious program here. I was operating on a subconscious program that did not match where I was going. And so all the actions I was taking were creating results, but not results that were lasting, right? Not results that were lasting because the program I was operating on, that subconscious program, was set to take me on a certain route, like an autopilot system that is set to go from here to here to here to here. And I wanted to go there. So I pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, but eventually it pulled me back to where it was set. And that's when I continued investing and in myself, and this time in mentorship for myself to really expand my capacity and upgrade more patterns within my subconscious and my programming of my instrument. I didn't call it at the time like that. The human instrument is a term that was born later. And all of those things were integrated, of course, into the methodology that we teach in the human instrument mastery method. But what I'm trying to say here is that even if you have a business already and it's just not where you want it to be, and you feel capped or you keep going back and forth with your results, then there again, the desire and the decision, it's the same principles. The desire and the decision, the support is here, the tools are here, the guidance is here, the process is clear. It's the same formula that works. And so whether you're just starting out from scratch or you are already a few steps ahead and you want to break it through to the next level, the principles are the same. And there are some business strategies that will make it much easier. And there are surely the inner upgrades that will make it possible and lasting. And then you use those, just like Nika shared here, you use those tools. It's like a formula that you use it over and over again for yourself to keep upgrading. So today, now we're going to talk about more the business strategies side, but again, we're going to circle back to that vibrational gap as well, because it's always the underlying current of everything that you do or not do and the results that your action create. Always the underlying current is that is vibrational. So we're going to talk about that as well. If you are here and you're listening and you haven't yet scheduled a call with me to explore this opportunity, I want to implore you to do that, okay? Because that will be your next step. So the team will drop the link here. If some of you are here, I see for the third day this week, so you've been with us every day, or even if this is your first session, is like, what is this? This sounds amazing. Go ahead and schedule a call. Because that will be the way for us to explore this together. As you heard from Nika, this call is meaningful, is an opportunity. It will give you a lot of value, and it will give us the time and space that we want in order to see if this is really, really what can serve you and your vision and your purpose. and your desire, and if you are a good fit for any of our containers. Okay, so now let me share my screen, and we'll look further into the business foundations for profitability and sustainability. So let me just share my screen and we can look at it together. Okay, so we want to create a simple and repeatable system that will scale your impact and build a service that is service-based and that allows freedom in your life, right? So we're going to talk about 3 essential foundations that will transform your passion into a thriving business, a thriving entrepreneur who create lasting impact while maintaining your freedom. And this doesn't happen by chance, right? It takes more than good intentions and your natural talent to coach. Without the proper foundations, even if you're super passionate, you're going to find yourself trapped in a cycle. Okay. And I've been there. And I know now that that there are certain internal gaps that must be closed, by the way, again and again, again and again. It's not, you don't close it once and that's it, right? But when you have the tools and you are devoted to this inner work, the business foundations that you create support that and allow that to come through and create that impact that you want. And you keep updating the business systems to match your own growth. So it's an ongoing process of evolution. But definitely you want to have these few foundations that we're going to touch on today. Okay, because if you only have the passion, you won't be able to create consistent results. And if you have too much structure, then your soul, your spirit, your flow will not be able to come through. So we want to create foundations that will give sustainable profit in your business and in your life. So those 3 foundations are the path that your client goes on from the moment they get in touch with you for the first time, the moment they hear about you, to the moment they become your clients. Okay, that's one pillar. Another pillar is once they became your clients, the service, the container that you create. And we touched on that also this week already when we talked about frameworks and when we talked about your aligned clients, we touched on the container as well, right? So the container that you create that will deliver the transformation, that will be profound, that you want to have supportive structures that will enable that deep work. So those containers are there to protect both you and your clients. So that's pillar number 2. And pillar number 3 is the systems in your business that will allow the flow of service, of marketing, of sales, of visibility to continue happening and circulating in your business. Okay, so it's the pathway of your audience from hearing about you to coming into work with you. It's the containers in which you serve them and in which they create their transformation. And it is the systems of your business that support all that. And what is the cost of not having those foundations? Let's look into that, okay? And again, I've been there, okay? I've been there. You want to have those foundations and you want to close the internal gap, which we're going to talk about in a moment. But without those foundations, you can find yourself in an exhausting cycle, okay? So you will not feel fulfilled and you will not create your business success. Your income will not be steady, your boundaries with your clients or your team will be blurred, and everything will be dependent on you, which will not give you freedom. Now, again, everything external is created from within. So that's why you have to understand the vibrational gap and not only focus on the external gap that you want to close. Okay? So many coaches attempt to solve business problems with external tactics. new marketing, pricing adjustments, system implementations. And I know because I've done this more than once. And while these all really matter, as long as you do not rewrite old patterns, as long as you do not do the inner work consistently, then the external result will continue collapsing over and over again. So what I want you to do is I want you to take a moment and have a very honest self-reflection with yourself. What emotions or limiting thoughts surface when you imagine building the business and lifestyle that you truly want? I really want you to take a moment with this right now, not only after our session. I really want you to take a moment right now and ask yourself this. And you can write it down and share it in the chat. Is it doubt? Is it worry? Is it imposter syndrome, some people call it? Maybe it's excitement and confidence, whatever it is. What thoughts? Is it, I don't know if I have the time for this. I don't know from where to start. I'm not good with technology. I don't want to show my face online. Who would want to work with me? Some examples of limiting thoughts, right? So take a moment and really become acutely aware right now of the emotional and mental reaction that gets activated when you really take it seriously and consider building that business that you want. Technology aspect. So, what is the thought though? Really write down the thought for yourself, and you're welcome to share it in the chat. Because you're not walking around and thinking technology aspect. You're thinking some sort of a thought, right? Like I'm so bad with technology. I don't know how I'm going to handle it. You want to become aware of your thoughts, and so you want to name them, or you want to speak them out for the sake of awareness right now. So Josephine is sharing almost everything you mentioned in different degrees. Okay, really good awareness. How can I get investments? All right. And then the feeling is really important, okay? The emotions, thoughts and emotions. And then the second question here, you want to recognize the pattern. So how do these internal reactions show up in your current business practices? Can you notice any self-sabotaging behaviors or attitudes? Maybe it's when you need to post. Maybe you're procrastinating when it's time to take action. Maybe you are binging on something. Maybe you give your service for free. Can you recognize how this is showing up in your behavior as a pattern? Okay, so question number one was thoughts and emotions, the internal reaction. And question number two is habitual behavior that shows up, that reflects that internal reaction. Is that making sense? Can you just, maybe you are still thinking about this, so the chat is not super active. Can you just drop in the chat a yes, that this is making sense, that you understand the invitation here? Okay, good. Stressed up to act, afraid to fail. Thank you for sharing. So how does that show up in behavior? I'm not sure I can follow through if I can uphold what I see wants to be created. Thank you for sharing. So how does that show up in behavior? You don't have to share in the chat, but I want to make sure that you're clear, because these are really, really important questions to ask. And these reveal the internal gap that is there, that as long as it doesn't close, nothing is going to change and or last. No results are going to last. Okay, I'm going to look into the chat a little bit more because you're sharing, not getting clients' inquiries, but that is not a behavior. That's a result, right? That's a result. I want you to be aware of your thoughts, feelings, and actions because that's where your freedom is, right? The results reflect that. Not sure if I do business always help for free. That's really good awareness, Monique. Really good awareness. Many ideas are coming at the same time, so I spend a lot of time sorting them instead of becoming active. Really good awareness. Overgiving. Thank you for sharing that. And now I want you to connect all the dots of the things that we're talking about this week together, right? Because you have a strong desire, and these are patterns that are holding you back from following that desire. But the only prerequisite is that you blow on this flame of your desire, yes, which is, in other words, let yourself feel it and surrender to it and fuse with it, and then make an irrevocable decision to move in the direction of fulfilling it. Even while you have those patterns, even while the conditions and circumstances don't show it. That's exactly what Nika shared with us today. She has 4 very small children. She had no job of her own at the time. She was stressed. She was depressed. She was, her self-esteem was low. So all these patterns were showing up. That's how she was feeling. And financially, that wasn't a good spot. But she knew she has the desire to, first of all, be herself, her true self, happy, confident, radiant, and help others do the same. So even though nothing externally and even internally, other than that desire, nothing else internally and externally reflected it, she made the irrevocable decision to follow that desire. And in less than a year, Nika, in fact, was here and shared her story already a few months ago. She didn't have paying clients at the time, and that's why we called her to come back again because she can show, okay, so last time she was here, she shared how she was feeling amazing about herself and confident. So everything she shared today about how she's feeling, she shared with us a few months ago. So after just a few months in doing the work herself, and now she's already helping others doing that too and getting paid for it, right? And remember, she started with no evidence other than her desire, not even internal evidence other than her desire, but she made the decision and she took a leap of faith. So connect that back to your desire and your goals that we talked about on day 1. So when you do have strong foundations, you can create sustainable income. You can make it predictable and scalable. Your energy is protected. Your clients are thriving, and you can have both service-based and freedom-based business and life. And this, of course, requires you to take leaps and invest in yourself, bet on yourself, bet on your dreams. But that is what awaits you on the other side. And I want to bring this as another example again, because that's the best example we can give. It's what we do. That's what we believe in. And I want to give it as an example of what it can look like to have those foundations in action in your own business. And then what I want to do is a meditation. Remember yesterday we said that today we're going to do a meditation for attracting clients. So we're going to do that together today. But here's an example, right? When you have a proven framework, so that's the containers, that's the middle pillar that we were looking at before. When you have a proven framework that creates a container and a process where your clients can go through a profound transformation, when you know how to attract those aligned clients to you and lead them from a moment where they hear about you on social media or through someone they know who told them or whatever it is, all the way through enrollment. Remember, Katharina shared yesterday how selling her service feels like the most natural and fun thing to do because she believes in it so much, and because she has all the steps in place. She has the script, she has this, she has that, right? And then when you have systems, you can build up that system. What Nika mentioned today, the fast track foundation, that's what I did in the first weeks of my business, and that's what Nika is now doing in the first weeks of her business. We call it the fast track foundation inside the business club. And when you have that in place, you can have clients within. So Nika said she became a coach in October. I think it was in October that she registered her business. I think it's around that time when she came to share her story last time. And then she started taking action in her business. And now we are in January, 3 months, 3.5 months, and she has clients. That's pretty fast. That's a track that is pretty fast, right? From zero, from nothing to paying clients. And you also have a journey, a path that on which you continuously grow yourself, both as a person and as a coach. So this is this is an example of what it looks like to have all those foundations. And truly, this is the opportunity or the invitation that we're extending here to you. So if what we're sharing with you, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a moment. If what we're sharing with you is resonating, right? And is feeling like, yes, that's what I want. I want to do this and help people. I'm so passionate about it. It's a dream of mine, but I don't know where to start, or I've tried and it didn't work, or I'm continuously being held back by this or that. You can do that, right? If you can see yourself on this journey, growing within yourself, upgrading your identity, closing that internal gap while setting up the foundations for your business, fast tracking it so you can work with paying clients and really create this beautiful circulation of energy and abundance through service, through impact, then there is a beautiful opportunity truly here for you to have all those pieces in one place, which is what we were committed to create in Master Your Path, and what we dedicated months in order to be able to offer that to you. So you have a container that really supports you in all of those ways together. The business foundations, the inner transformation, your own, and the coaching tools and frameworks with continuous guidance and support. So we're going to go now into the meditation, but again, I want to extend this invitation to you. And again, also to remind you, this is the last day of the workshop, right? But we are extending it all until Monday. So the replays are available until Monday and the bonuses are available until Monday. All right. So those that will be joining us will have the bonuses available until Monday. And now I want us to go into a meditation. After the meditation, if you want to hear more about this opportunity, you can stick around. I will share more. I can share my screen, show you a little bit how the website looks like, the membership side, to give you a little feel of it. But first, let us do the meditation. Yes? So just let me know in the chat if you are ready to go into this meditation. And I'm looking into the chat myself. So I'm seeing more things that I haven't seen before. A lot of head work and restrictively. I'm not sure what that word is. Little action. Yes, Louisa. Thank you for sharing that. And this is about to change. This is about to change. Rhino, I want to work with my gifts. Yes. And I have been searching a way to becoming aware of my gifts, and I don't know in which way I can get it over into helping future clients. Well, Rhino, I want to encourage you to schedule a call if you haven't yet. And we can look into that together. Yes, I really felt your presence throughout those 3 days. You've been with your camera on and you've been attentive, and I see you taking notes, and I really feel you here, and I want to invite you to take that next little step and get on a call with me. Okay, we can look into that together. Okay, and I see your respectively. Okay, Louisa, thank you for clarifying, and I'm looking forward to our call. All right, so I see that you guys are ready. Make yourself comfortable. I'm going to share the meditation, and I'm going to actually do it with you. So let me get it all set up for us, and we're going to do this together. So make yourself comfortable. Turn off your phone. Make sure that you don't have anything that will make any sounds, maybe, so you won't be interrupted. And here we go. Make yourself comfortable and close your eyes. Take a comfortable inhale and exhale. Another comfortable inhale and exhale. And another comfortable inhale and exhale. As you are comfortably breathing, gently move your attention to your lower abdomen. Become aware of a magnetic root that you indeed have that connects you to Mother Earth. And that is the root of gravity, like a cord connecting your core, your center, with the center of the earth. Feel how, as you are becoming aware of your magnetic root, you're able to soften and release, give your weight to earth, bring softness to your body and to your face. Soften your jaws, your tongue, your forehead, your eyes, all the little muscles around your eyes and behind your eyes, deep within your brain. Soften. Feel how when you soften your face and your eyes, your inner body softens too. And now intentionally pour that softness in through your closed eyes inwards, as if you are pouring in soft, pure water through your soft closed eyes inwards, watering your root with softness and kindness. Now gently move your attention to sounds that you hear. Hearing my voice, the music, maybe sounds around you. And now expand your hearing field beyond your physical ear. Hear sounds coming from far away, beyond the space you're in, from faraway places, in all directions. Hear the waves of the ocean, the wind and the leaves in a forest, the grass moving in a field, someone walking, speaking, playing, laughing. Hear movements of the earth deep within the ground and of stars far in space.
The further your hearing field extends, so does your presence. Here. And now direct your attention to the center of this infinite field of sounds, of frequencies, and that is your heart. And open your heart to the next inhale. And with the exhale, just pour more softness in through your closed eyes inwards. Again, open your heart to the inhale and let life come into your heart. And with the exhale, pour more softness in. Again, open your heart to the inhale of life. And with the exhale, pour more softness in, watering your root with softness. Realize that life is breathing through you as you are held by earth, grounded, tuned into an infinite field all around you, with an open heart, aware of life circulating through you. Keep softening your face and eyes. Keep pouring that softness in. Keep hearing. And now, become aware of the space you're in and feel how, with your loving awareness, you are holding that space, the physical space you are in right now is in your loving awareness. Now, including your loving awareness, the space this space is in, maybe the street you're in, or the beach you're on, or wherever it is that you are, include it in your awareness, lovingly, gently. And now, expand your loving awareness and include in it the country that you are in. The whole country is in your loving awareness. At the same time, keep softening your face and eyes. Keep pouring that softness in, watering your root with softness and kindness. Hear sounds all around you and open your heart to the inhale of life. And expand your loving awareness now beyond the country you're in to include the whole continent. Feel your mind expanding, being as big as the whole continent. And now keep expanding your loving awareness to include the whole planet. Feel your mind being so vast, so grand, so infinite that it includes the whole planet, and beyond the planet, the whole galaxy now is held in your loving awareness. Open your heart to the next inhale, and with the exhale, pour more softness in, watering your root with softness and kindness. as you are holding in your loving awareness and mind the whole universe now. The whole universe is in your mind and heart, in your loving awareness. Now, feel your heart glowing with a beautiful white golden light. Feel this light now amplifying, becoming brighter and brighter. Feel this light now spreading throughout your body with every breath, reaching every cell of your body, circulating through your body now. Feel your brain being activated with this white golden light, and feel how your brain and heart are synchronizing, glowing with white golden light. Feel the field around your body amplifying with this white golden light. Feel the order in your field coming into more and more coherence and connectivity. And now, see within your field a container forming like a blueprint. Glowing in this white golden light, forming a container of your service, your purpose. Feel this container being connected, harmonized with your heart and brain. All three are now connected as one container, one light, one frequency. Feel the white golden light amplifying more and more. And now, tune into the planet within the universe, within the galaxy that is in your loving awareness and mind, and see little beams of white golden light being activated in different places on the planet, in different continents, countries, cities, villages. More and more beams of white golden light activated, and know that those are the hearts of your aligned clients that are now tuning in to this beautiful frequency of your container. They might not know it yet, but they are now being attracted to it, to you, to your service, your purpose. Open your heart to the next inhale. With the exhale, pour more softness in. Water your root. Hear, feel. Feel life circulating through you. Feel your root. Powerful, steady. Feel the field around your body activated, vibrating on the highest frequency of this white golden light. Feel the container. Feel the attraction of these beautiful hearts all around the globe, activated, amplified, attracted to you and your beautiful container of service and purpose. Know that this container exists. Know that this activation remains and perpetuates. Know that this attraction accelerates. And know that you can come back to this alignment and awareness whenever you want. Now, ever so gently, start bringing your awareness back to your physical body. Feel the space that you're in. Feel the weight of your body. Feel the touch of the clothes on your skin. Open your heart to the next inhale. With the exhale, pour softness in and water your root with softness and kindness as you are settling back into your body, into this moment and place. Start gently to move your fingers, your toes, your shoulders and neck, knowing that this is done and continues. And now, whenever you're ready, open your eyes.
So very slowly come back and just let us know in the chat that you are back and maybe a word how you're feeling coming back from this meditation. I'll give everyone a moment. As you're coming back, I want to again remind you of some dots that you want to connect together. And you had from every day a little exercise or some questions to reflect on, right? And those dots that I want you to connect again together is your desire, your goal. The goal is the first step for decision. And then the awareness from today of what gets triggered as you think about actually committing to that goal and taking those actions to put in the foundations in place for your business. So you become ever more aware of your patterns. And then you can start taking some steps in setting up those foundations by thinking about and clarifying and defining for yourself who is your ideal client and what is the container that you want to invite them to, and really extract from your own journey that framework and that emotional, vibrational landscape of that container. And I'm so happy to read what you're sharing, Louisa, that you received through this meditation. And I just wanted to say, you can come back to this meditation, right? You have this recording until Monday, first of all, and you can access that meditation also in other ways. So I know that some of you probably already have it, and if you don't, you can definitely reach out to us and ask us about it. And if you really are ready to really commit to your goal and to really make it a living fact, then I again want to extend the invitation to go all in and join us in Master Your Path and join our containers where we can help you create that transformation for yourself and that foundation for yourself and close the internal gap and the external gap. Because you know something? Life is so much than what we perceive it to be and what we believe it to be. And it is your life. There is, we are so used to just accepting things as they are or letting time go by and settling for what is because we're comfortable, because it's okay, because we have so much to be grateful for, and for sure we do. And that is definitely the ground you want to be on and anchor yourself in. First of all, the gratitude. But how do we move forward? We walk. And when we walk, there is always one foot or leg that is that is steady on the ground, and the other one that is reached forward in movement. So we always want to be grounded in gratitude and move forward with desire. Those are the two legs with which we can make movement forward. And if you stand with both feet on the ground, as we were taught to be, both feet on the ground, then you're not really moving. And that too is an illusion, because there's always movement. So remember what we said: if you're not moving in the direction of what you want, you're moving in the other direction. I hate to be the messenger of bad news, but that is a universal law. That is a universal law. There is the law of vibration that decrees that everything vibrates, nothing rests. There is no stagnation. We might feel stuck, but we're not stuck. We're moving backwards. We're moving away from what we want. There is a law of vibration. There is a law of polarity. There is a law of creation and disintegration. And so if you want to move in the direction of what you want, you have to take that other foot off the ground and move forward with your desire. Otherwise, you're going to drift the other way. And what is more important, in fact, urgent than doing that, than moving in the direction of what you want? What else is there to do? What do you really have to lose? Think about it. Being comfortable, being safe, being secure, those are shells that we all agree to have around us to keep us from being vulnerable. But being vulnerable is how you create this circulation of energy, how you create impact and abundance, only through vulnerability. Only through vulnerability. And having faith is not about not fearing. Having faith is about choosing it over fear. Having fear, having doubts, and doing it anyway. So if you're here and you have a desire to create impact on other people and abundance for yourself and others, if you have a desire to work for yourself or to take what you already do and make it something that is sustainable, that is scalable, if you have this desire, it's time to make it into a goal. I just watched the other day an old video of Bob, one of my mentors, Bob Proctor, who was an incredible, incredible teacher. And on that video, he did something that he did so many times. I will do it now too. He took the the hourglass, and he did this. He always used to do that. It's so smart. He said, life is moving, 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 moving. You can't stop this flow. And what is down here is what has passed. You can't access that. It's past. And what is here, you don't really know. You don't really know how much is left, right? You might live 20 more years, 30 more years, 50 more years, don't know how old you are, 70 more years, or one more day. We don't know. So the only thing you can know and access with your human instrument is right here, right now. What do you do right now? And it's now, 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 because you see it's flowing. It's now, 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 now. So if you say, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll do it tomorrow because I just have a lawsuit with my car, like Nika said, or I have 4 kids under the age of 8. Maybe I'll wait until at least 2 of them are teenagers, or until I have less stress at work, or until whatever. Then guess what's happening? Now, you're not doing what you want. Now, you're moving in the other direction. You do, because that's a universal law. So it is this time right here that you are called to take a leap of faith. And why is it a leap of faith? Because you don't know. If you knew exactly all the steps and exactly what's going to happen and how it's going to go, then you don't need faith. And you will do it. That's not a problem. You need faith because you don't know. And what we don't know scares us because we are programmed to stay in the known. We are, in fact, addicted to it. Literally to the chemistry that is pumping in our physical instrument when we think the same thoughts, feel the same feelings, create the same conditions and circumstances. We are addicted to the inner chemistry, just like we can be addicted to cigarettes and drugs and alcohol. We are addicted to the familiar, to the chemicals that run and flush our brain and our body. And so that's one way to explain it on a biological level. And what we don't know scares us. The unfamiliar scares us. It triggers the fight and flight response to some extent. But if you have a desire and you make the decision and you can only make it now, and you move, you take the next possible step, the way will show itself to you always. And what else is more urgent than that? How many months and years are you planning to just be where you are? Nothing outside of you is going to change that. You must change first in order for your outside to change. You must change in how you think and how you feel and in the way you behave, the decisions that you make, the actions that you follow with. That's what's going to change your life, nothing else. So if you're waiting for the circumstances to support your decision, other people to support your decision, logic to support your decision, reality to support your decision, you're going to wait forever. And you know what's the price that you're going to pay with that? Your life. This precious gift that you've received is going to be wasted. But if you go for it, if you bet on yourself and your desire, and yes, that will require some leaps of faith. They may be reflected or the leaps of faith may mean investing money or leaving a relationship or some state of security of some kind. But when you do that, the way always shows itself to you and supports you. And the outcome of that is priceless. You heard Nika today. She took a leap of faith. Nothing internally and externally supported that, except for a husband. And he too needed some. He brought up a lot of objections of why this is not possible, not true. But when you connect to the heart, I didn't convince him. I connected to his heart on that call. And his heart loves and believes Nika. his partner. And Nika, in her heart, has a desire and a knowing that life can be better. And so even though it wasn't better at the time, it was a very low point, she followed that desire with a decision and with action. And she took a leap of faith, and she didn't know if that will work, just like she said. She didn't know if that will work, but she knew that she has that not going for it and not following something that feels right and ignites her desire, not following that can bear a much greater price. And so I really, it is my greatest passion to inspire other people to follow their heart and to follow their dreams and to bet on themselves, regardless of what that may be. Of course, if this invitation is what it is for you, then I support you very much in following that and exploring this. But if whatever it may be, don't succumb to the status quo of your life. Don't do that. Life is not just about your paycheck and your health insurance and, your crypto and your, I don't know what. It's so much greater. Life is, in fact, all about your desire. That is life. That is pure life seeking expression through you. It has to be more than that, of course. And then we try to make it more than that, right? By doing all kinds of things, buying all kinds of things, watching other people on social media, living their life, or at least giving us a show of that, whatever it is. But you know what's in your heart. And no one here on the call, and usually no one that's the people that are drawn to my world and into our world in Master Your Path, usually they are not that young, right? Like we've been around for a couple of decades or more. So how long are you going to wait? How long? This is the prime of your life or past it. But you make it the prime of your life or not. It's really up to you. And I always say like, wow, if I knew this when I was 20 or 30, oh, wow. And it's okay. I'm very grateful for the life that I've had and that I'm having, and the journey led me to where I am now, and that is perfect. But what if I had kept waiting? Right? And we do sometimes have people that come into our world and they're in their 20s or early 30s. In fact, Carmen's son was with us, and that's just amazing. That's just wow. That's a big time wow. To have these tools and this awareness when you're 20 or 30, but it's never too late. It's never too late. This is your life and this is your legacy. So that is my wish for you, is to follow your heart and to follow your desire in whatever direction it's leading you. And if it's scary and uncomfortable, that's a good sign. The frequency you are searching, and you know your frequency by the way you feel, yes? So the feeling of excitement and fear, that mix is the sweet spot. That is exactly the frequency of growth. So if like, oh my God, this is exciting, I wish, I want, but oh my God, it's so scary, and what if this and what if that? That's it. That is showing you that is a very clear flashing arrow. This is the way, this is the way. If you're waiting for no fear, that's not the way of growth. You cannot grow without having this sense of fear. So we are wrapping up. If you want to learn more about the certification program, I will stay now for, I don't know to say in advance. I always say 5-10 minutes, and then my team is telling me, you said 5-10 minutes and you stayed for half an hour. So I don't know how long I'm going to stay, but you can stay for a few more minutes, and I'm going to stay however long I will stay, and I can share my screen and show you a little bit how it looks like from the inside. and give you some more information about this opportunity. All right. If you're not here for this and you're not interested or you need to go, thank you so much for being with us. The replays are available until Monday, and the team is here. Send us a message. Make sure you're connected with us. Reflect on these questions that we've shared with you each day. You can share with us your answers to these. And then mostly, if this is calling you, answer it by booking a call. Okay. This is the next step that we are inviting you to take with us. It's an easy next step. So what I want to do now is I want to share my screen to show you the membership site for those that are curious. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Here we go. So I will start with the business club. Since we talked today about the business foundation. So this is the business club side of things, okay? This is where you learn and implement the foundations for your business. As you can see, there's the fast track foundations that we talked about. This is just, as you can see, one section out of many here. But when you come and you go here, you put in step by step, very simple, full instructions, full support, all the pieces of the puzzle. You can, within a couple of weeks, have everything you need, even if you're starting from zero. And if you're not starting from zero, then filling in the gaps of the foundations for your business so you can already have people coming in ready to work with you. And that's exactly what Nika did. And that's why since October until now, she already has paying clients. And Katrina as well shared with you yesterday. So that's the Fast Track Foundation. And you have here templates and done for you things. And of course, a lot of support. You can see that we have live calls. All the recordings here are as well. So there are co-working and tech support calls with Gio. And there are live Q&As with me. And then there are live marketing calls with experts on our team. And then there are live trainings with me. So these are all the live calls that you have every single week. And then you have more trainings on marketing, on sales, on business operations, and all kinds of templates and tools to support you and help you and make things easy for you. And then you also have access to a community space that you can reach from here. And that is where you can ask questions. And so you don't have to wait until the next call in order to ask a question and get the support that you want. So these are, for example, here, questions of the business club. So then this is the business club. And then let's go and look into the certification program itself. Hang on. Here we go. So in the certification program, this is how it looks like. And you have, of course, introduction and all kinds of short trainings to get you on board. And then you have facilitation sessions for each one of the 12 modules, where I teach you how to take your clients through the Human Instrument Mastery Program. The Human Instrument Mastery Program lives down here. And then your clients, you will have a license to sell the Human Instrument Mastery Program, and your clients will have access to a membership site that looks different, that doesn't have all the certification program stuff, and that lives in a different website, not shimritnativ.com website, but masteryourpath.org, that you are part of as a certified coach. And this is the program itself. So your clients will have access to this. Ignore what's here on the side because that's part of the certification program. But they will have access to the Human Instrument Mastery Program, again, with some preparation and foundational trainings, preparing them to how to practice daily and how to meditate, and of course, for you. So remember, you are using the Human Instrument Mastery Program for yourself to upgrade yourself, to close your vibrational gap, to install a new program for yourself, a new identity, or upgrade the beautiful identity that you have to one that matches your dreams. And then you also take your clients through that process as well. And then you see that there are the 12 modules here. The 12 modules are here. It continues in another page here. And then each module has a video. All of them are around 10 to 15 minutes. And then a meditation, a worksheet, and sometimes additional resources. And then you yourself, as the coach, has also for each module, let's go back here for a second. For each module, you also have a slide deck that you can use when you take your clients through it and you teach the material. And I guide and train you, and we as a team guide and train you on how to do that. So we have calls every week for this too. And you learn how to take others through the program. Here is an example of a slide deck that you can use when you teach the material. And as I shared already yesterday and before, we work on all levels. Yes. So this one that I grabbed here to show you, this is a module that talks about energy. And so it's very scientifically based, the observer effect, quantum physics. And then some of the modules are about emotional healing. Some are about setting goals. Some are about prosperity and abundance and money consciousness. Some are on leadership. Yeah. And then me and the team guide and support you on how to take yourself through it. You can also work with a coach one-on-one with one of the incredible coaches on my team. Two of them are here on the call, Daniel and Carmen. Yes, they have the same last name because they are a married couple and they are incredible. And they both went through this process themselves and became coaches and have been working with our clients for a long time and are doing really amazing work. So you can also work with them one-on-one if you want. And then we work with you on coaching skills, on sales skills. And you have additional resources from us like marketing materials and sales presentations and a sales call script and all kinds of things that you can use in order to make things more easy and flowing and accelerated and momentous for you. So this is just a little glimpse from the inside of how it looks like. And as I shared, it works on all three levels. And as I also shared, which is really important to remember here, it is lifetime access. All right. So unlike, for example, we have the Rise Mastermind, which if you are curious about, we can talk about this on a call to see maybe the Rise Mastermind is a better fit. Although coming to this workshop, I'm assuming that you want to get paid to help people change their lives. So that's exactly what the certification program is for. But the Rise Mastermind, like many, many programs out there, coaching programs, is limited to a certain amount of time, right? You can join for 6 months or for 12 months. In the certification program, it's not like that because it's a different purpose for the certification program. We want you to continue growing and evolving as a coach so you can continue growing your impact because we are on a mutual mission to change the world one person at a time. So our children and our children's children and this world will elevate in consciousness and frequency. And that is our legacy, I believe. I know that it is mine, and I know that it is my team's, everyone on my team. And I am guessing that it is yours if you're here, or at least that you feel the calling for it to be. Again, you need a desire and decision. If you don't have the desire and the decision, we can't help you. But if you do have it, I know we can. I know without a shadow of a doubt that we can. And so because this is the purpose of this, there is no time limit because we want you to continue growing and evolving as yourself so you can continue growing and evolving with your business, so you can continue helping more and more people, bring this information and tools to more and more people. And so it's not limited in time, which is very, very significant and important to know. So you get really like that was our vision, and we brought it into life, just like you can bring your vision into life. The vision was to create a container that will give you everything you need to be successful as a coach and create the impact that you want and continue doing that. In order to do that, you need to grow within yourself continuously. You need the tools to do that, which is what we do in Rise. We brought it into the Human Instrument Mastery Program as a condensed, powerful 12 steps process. So in order to fulfill that purpose, you need that for yourself. You need the business structure and strategies in order to take it to the world and reach people and build a business so you can help more people and get paid for it so this can continue. And it really, really helps if you already have a framework so you can take people through it as while you develop yourself as a coach and as a business owner. So that's what we created here. You have the framework, that you have a complete license to take and sell. So what you were looking there with the 12 modules and the videos and the worksheets, your clients will have access to that. Each of them will have their logins to masteryourpath.org with their email address and their password. And so you as a coach already have a membership site to offer your clients as part of your service. Can you see how cool that is? I think that's pretty cool. I didn't have that when I started. You already have it, and I think it looks beautiful. I mean, that's my intention. We put a lot of intention to it, I can tell you, and a lot of care and inspiration and love. And so you already have a beautifully made membership site that your clients can access. And then you have additional materials and things that will support you in taking them through it. You are constantly guided by us. So you come every week to calls, you ask questions. You can ask questions about your own process. You can ask questions about your client's process. You can ask questions about your business. All of the things that go into being paid to help people change their lives, that goes into having a coaching business and creating impact and abundance. Everything that goes into that is included here. That was our vision, and that's what we created, and we are seeing the results with our incredible coaches having their incredible clients, and there's nothing more fulfilling than that. And of course, you are part of that community of coaches, which I didn't even mention or I didn't put any emphasis on, but actually is essential. Because guess what? Most people around you are living in their status quo of their life, right? If you do not put yourself in an environment of people that are all committed to their desire and are creating the life that they want and are doing the work internally, externally, if you're not in such an environment, it's very hard to be on such a path and stick to it. And so you're part of this community of incredible people that are doing this too. And we meet together twice a week, in fact, one for the business work, one for the coaching work. And in between, there is the community chat where you can ask questions, you can share your celebrations, you can share links, you can share, not in terms of promoting yourself, but in terms of, hey, what do you guys think about this? Any feedback on that? I don't know how to do this. Help me out with that. We are here to support you on all levels, internally and externally. And so I'm very excited about this. I think it's a very, very powerful opportunity. And if that sounds like something that can serve you in fulfilling your dreams and bringing your vision into reality and following your desire, then again, the invitation is here to schedule a call. That is the next step. There is nowhere where you can just click and buy here, because that's not what we do here. All right. It's not click and buy. It's to really apply and explore together to see if this is the right thing for you. Maybe Rise, maybe the certification program, or maybe something else that we can recommend. All right. If you only want help with your business, you can message us and let us know. If it's just strategy that you're looking for, we can direct you in the right direction. But if you want this holistic, all levels support, tools, guidance, then that's the opportunity. And the next step into that is to schedule a call. So again, thank you everybody so much for investing your time and attention with us here today and in the last 3 days. The replays are available for you. And we are here to answer your questions in the Facebook group, in the WhatsApp messages. If you are trying to message me on my Facebook profile, I can't reply. I can see your messages coming in, but I can't reply because Facebook blocked me and I don't know for how long. So don't do that, okay? Message us on WhatsApp so we can respond to you. So I'm reading your comments before we go. I see your gratitude here. Thank you so much. I see some things in Swedish. I'm used to that, but I still don't know how to read it. And Raina, what are you sharing? Thanks for your insights and your presentations. Tomorrow during the day, I will connect with you via email to try to come to an other time slot. Yes, so if you can't find a time slot in the calendar that fits you, reach out to us. We will figure it out. We will do our best, okay? Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Enjoy the rest of your evening, the rest of your day and week. Much love to you all. Bye, everyone.